So I saw this video by Avery Milliet titled Analyzing 40 YouTubers' comments. In it, Avery looks at spreadsheets that detail how many times different words and what percentages were used in comment section under videos of multiple 40 related YouTube channels. At the time of me making this, that video is only about 5 months old, and some of those channels took notice of statistic mentions in that video, which means that they are probably different now. So I decided to try and get what those percentages are now, 5 months later, to see what changed. According to what Avery said in the video, the software used to extract those comments was written by Fox. However, since I'm too lazy and shy to contact them, and since I'm a programmer, I decided to write my own version of that. After a bit of research and googling, I found a Python script written by Egbert Bowman that allows to scrape comments of videos with a single Windows command prompt command. Then I took the thing I know, processing basically Java with more functions, and started coding a thing. After about 3000 lines of code and many nights I've been leaving my laptop on to let it download comments for testing purposes, I have finally finished it. Now let me go in detail how it works and what it does, just so that you know how exactly I count numbers and percentages. First of all, it replaces all characters that are not English letters with spaces. Then it converts stuff like don't and can't into single words, just so that we won't have don't and t being at the top of the table. Then, when counting, it counts a word only once from every comment, so a comment like this gets compressed into a single word, so that it won't screw the numbers. Also, since I don't know how to get videos of a YouTube channel the proper way, I think counts comments only from last 30 videos of the channel. This could be thought of as a good thing actually, since with this setup, the results are not biased by extremely old, possibly not fully related videos of those channels. And it speeds up the whole process, since instead of gigabytes mentioned by Avery, I get like 30 megabytes of comments at most. Downside to that is that live screens with no comments count as videos too, so we get even less comments from channels who scream a lot. For channels to compare, I chose the same ones as Avery chose to keep the data the same, so if you want to compare other channels, you can download my tool yourself and just do it. Link is in the description. Now, the data in every spreadsheet was represented with only one dimension, either it was how many times a word X was used in all channels, or how common is a word. I decided to represent data in 2 dimensions instead, so you can see what word is the most common per this channel, or how common the word X is compared to word Y in a channel Z. That's probably enough talk, let's look at the numbers. So here is the tool that I made. As you can see, it represents everything in percentages, the amount of times a word was used in a channel. For example, we can see that the word I is the most used word. I don't know why that is. I know that this is different in Avery's video. In fact, his top 10 words was completely different, and I have no idea why. I guess he excluded some words. Now we can see what words were used in what channels and what amounts. Every number means how many comments on the channel included that word. So for example, on Eberguy's channel, 35% of comments include the word I. We can also sort words that Avery tried were uwu, gay, furry and fluffy. Furry is the 30th most used word in all comments. So let's see. Rain Chaz comes first, then Evergreen, Blue, and so on. The least fluffy channel being Spoktortech. I hate English. Now let's find some other words, like gay. The most gay channel somehow happens to be Bolt Matt, and not Lars Husky. I have no idea how this happened. This gay channel happens to be this one. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this, I'm sorry. In other words, owu. Avery's channel's comments contain awu the most times on other channels, my cherry being second, Odin, Zabu, and so on. With the least awu-ish channel being Duke's channel. Now if we compare by fluffiness, You can see that every channel is again first, mostly because people saw that video of his and spammed all over with those words. And then Fox Films, Candy Pass, Pakaroo, and so on. Nigeria being 9th. It seems that we have 39 channels, all is included as 40th channel. And Nigeria being 9th, this means that he is fluffy after all. And I don't know what interesting or not to mention. Don't is 34th, with Rainy's Choice being the most negative channel. Not much to talk about. I can also zoom out and look at all those numbers. In incredible 5 frames per second. Or even less. Let's see when those black squares are. Black squares mean that this word was never used on that channel. So Nigeria is 80th most used word in all those comments, but it's never used in Miss Wolfie's channel as comments. Link to download it, it is in the description. I think all of the instructions in there are enough for you to understand what you need to do. However, just saying, it takes a pretty long amount of time to download all of those comments and to code all of those words, so you will probably need to leave your PC running for the night, for a few hours at least.